Welcome to this episode of the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast, sponsored by Redwood Living. This episode is going to be another treat for you. As you saw in a prior episode where we were able to sit down with the Ukraine Parliament member, Ina Suvsin, and talk about her life, her role as a member of Parliament, and the resilience of her and her compatriots. This episode is going to also bring the voice of the people to you, to view, to listen, and to check out the transcript if you would like. So in this episode that we're going to go to here very shortly, Voices for Voices was able to also not only travel to Kyiv, Ukraine for a few days, but we were able to travel to Constanta, Romania for a few days. And during that time there, it was very eye-opening. So we did some mission work last year in Warsaw, Poland, with Mother's House, mothers with small children, some were pregnant, and those individuals were from Ukraine, and they were fearing for their lives when the Russian military had the full-blown invasion last February. And so through this last year, I was able to do some networking and have some conversations with some organizations that are also helping in Constanta, Romania. And so this episode you're going to see today is going to be with two mothers that they're Ukrainian mothers, and now they are temporarily housed at a Life for Ukraine center in Constanta, Romania. And again, the importance of bringing their voice to you, to the world, is important, of what life was before the Russian unprovoked war and how life is now. So you're going to see and hear from two mothers. You're going to see and hear from a mother named Julia and a mother named Tatiana. And both stories that they're going to share from our interviews on location are very powerful. While their stories have differences, the similarities are also there. There became a time where there was fear of how they're going to continue, and fearing for staying in Ukraine, where they had their residence. And so this is a very special, I mean, it's emotional on so many levels, especially how Tatiana really jumps in and shares her story of how she ended up in Romania, what drove her to want to leave, and then how Life for Ukraine, the organization there, was able to, for now, temporarily help them with housing, a place to live. They're currently working in the city as well. And they're individuals and humans just like you and I are. So what comes with that is, if we look at Maslow's hierarchy of need, food and nourishment, that kind of starts things out. Of our bodies need food and nourishment to have energy to be able to do any of the things that we want to do and achieve and go after those goals. So what we were able to do for Voices while we were there, we were able to go shopping for, there's two centers that Life for Ukraine has in Constanta, Romania. We were able to do shopping for both of those centers to be able to provide a little bit of normalcy of the fruits and the vegetables and the meats and the waters and coffee. No alcohol, no tobacco products. These are just purely, things to nourish their body, like you and I need to also do. So Tatiana and Julia, they are now temporarily located in one of the centers, and then we were able to go to a second center, which if you check out our Voices for Voices social media, our Instagram, our Facebook, our YouTube channel where you're watching this, if you're not catching us live on Hudson Community Television for this episode. So this episode is powerful, and as I was there speaking to these individuals, as I was in Kyiv, Ukraine, human connection and emotions and sensing where people are vulnerable is a real thing. So things that we encounter here in the United States are a little similar to what these individuals are, aside from the fact that we could think of, well, what would happen, or what would we think if a foreign military would come and just try to seize New York City and New York and different states. That's how Ukrainians are feeling. There are some safer areas where the NATO alliance and countries are helping provide assistance. And so before I head over to this episode and these interviews with Tatiana and Julia, I just want to make a plea for you or somebody you know, if you're in a place of power in the United States, countries across the world, please, if you're able to, help the Ukrainians defend their land. Because as a person, as I was in Kyiv, Ukraine, in the middle of the night for 6 days, where there are air raid sirens and a total of 500 Shahed drones and ballistic missiles fired from fighter aircraft and submarines in the Black Sea. That stuff is real. And so if you're able to, please help the Ukrainian people, help the military, because these people, they just want to survive. They want to live a free, healthy, and happy life. And as you'll see, especially in Tatiana's interview, she just wants to go home. And I don't think that that's too much to ask. So we'll now send you over to the interviews that we filmed over in Constanta, Romania, at one of the Life for Ukraine centers with Tatiana and Julia. We are lucky again to be on location here in Constanta, Romania. We are continuing to bring the voice of the Ukrainian people in their own words, and we are joined at one of the Life for Ukraine centers here in Constanta, Romania, with Tatiana, and she's going to help share her story. So thank you for joining us.
Mm-hmm. Hello, my name is Tatiana. I have a daughter, she is 9. I'm from Ukraine, city Kherson. The war destroyed my dream for the future. They destroyed all from me, from my daughter. I lose my home, but I don't lose my hope that I will come back home. Now I'm safe, but I live here, but my soul live in my home. I very missed from my home, from my friend, from my old life. Now I live in Center for Refugees. Very good volunteers, they help me. I want to thank you because it's very important for us, for my daughter, that we don't stay alone, and it's you very help. Now I live there. I learn Romanian language. I learn English language. And I try to find a work because I don't know how long it will be the war in our country, because they are shooting every day, and I'm scared for my relatives there. When the war started, We live in basement a few days. Yes, it was very terrible, and then I decided to leave my home, and we live a few months in Ismail. Then at September I arrived in Romania. Very good country. They helped me, and I want to thank all of them, all people who support me, because it's very important for us. Now I feel good. I have some eat. I have friends. It's you. Now it's you for me. Yes. But when the war is end, I want to come back my home. But they damage my home. I don't have windows because they shooting, and that's why they crushed all of my house. But I hope it will be okay, and I can back home.
Thank you for sharing, being just so transparent. On a lighter note, Ukrainian food. What are their specialties?
It's Ukrainian borscht. I'm cooking there. Cake. I like very cake, and cheesecake. I prepare cheesecake. It's very good cake. It's for me. It's my favorite. Some biscuits, cookies, and what is it? Potatoes. It's. I think it's all of people. It's like pizza. I like. My daughter like pizza. No, unuseful food we eat sometimes, and a lot of food. It's in Romanian a good kitchen. They have very good eat there.
What ingredients are in borscht?
Borscht. It's potatoes, tomatoes. It's onion, yes, and tomato, and that's why it's red. Okay. Red soup. It's for you. Good. It's red soup, but it's very tasty. And,
it is. Yeah, and thank you for the hospitality. When I first arrived with Eric, there was so much food. Eric said, we're gonna have a lunch, and I had kind of 2 lunches, and the food was great, especially authentic Ukrainian food. Not sometimes in America we try to bring what we think are foods from different countries and try to make them, and they're not as authentic as being with the people who make them.
I tried to get used in rules for in this country, and I think it's will be very good, and we will be happy. And I want to say thank you for all of you. It's very.
What family do you have left in Romania? I mean, in Ukraine. What family is left there? Is your mom and dad still in Ukraine?
Dad, I don't have a father. I'm divorced. I don't have a husband. I have a mom. She now is here. She arrived a few months ago. Yes, but they have friends and uncle in Ukraine. They now here. And some of them in occupation territory where the Russian soldiers, they live there, and I don't have connection with them because they change the connection, and that's why I can call them. But I think it will be very good.
So just the other day, my first day here, celebrated Children's Day and had some fun. How was that fun for you and children, and for them to be happy and smiling?
I happy when the children happy, and I think that every week we must do some party. Yes, some holidays for the children. It's a little some cake, juice. No, I think it will be very good because for children it's very important. They don't want to know what is war. They want to be happy and be happy with their relatives, parents, and that's why. And I think that we must do every week some party for them, and I will be cook some cake, and I have.
Does she want to come in?
Yes.
Yeah.
If she.
Yeah, she can come in.
The girl I showed you the picture of, is her mom here?
Yes, my mom here, and my daughter Amina here. She's 9.
What about, is this girl's mom, is she here?
I don't know. We must call.
Okay.
Call to check if she here or no.
I don't have her phone number.
Okay, I can phone.
Can you see if she's here?
Yes,
Okay.
I can phone.
Perfect.
A little girl.
Yeah. You did such a great job at the beginning sharing your story. Are there any other thoughts that you want to share kind of with, since this will be seen on TV and YouTube, a lot of people across the world will see this. Do you have a message, like you mentioned, that you want to go back home?
Yes,
you
I
want the temporary occupier, you want them to leave, and so you're able to go back home and live your life at home, right?
Yes, I want to come back home if it will be peace only there, because now it's terrible situation in my city. Yes, but when it's end, I think I can help to build in someone in my town, and I think I can help and to be useful for all of people who there.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Tatiana, for joining us and sharing your story, your experiences, and being just so transparent and sharing your emotions and with the audience, so they get a real, true life picture, not maybe a news story that highlights one thing, maybe a negative thing or a positive. We're bringing real people, real voices, and you're able to share that. So thank you again, and we hope the best. Sooner rather than later that you're able to return to Ukraine.
I'm very glad to.
So today in this episode, I'm at one of the centers for Life for Ukraine, and we are here talking with Miss Julia, and she's going to help us walk through her experience living in Ukraine and all the events that have unfolded and how life is today. So we can really get a real perspective, not from a news outlet that might be trying to push one particular narrative. We again want to give the voices to the people. So, Julia, if you could maybe just walk through where is your hometown in Ukraine?
So before war, I live in Ukraine, in town Nikolaev. I work in government and I have good life before war beginning. And when war beginning, I with my children go out from our town in a little country, and 2 weeks it will be okay. But now, after that, Russian soldiers occupation this area, and I live with children in basement 1 month. 1 month without water, without light, without food. Some people who live near us, we try to help each other. And we try go out from this place because it was very terrible for me, for my children, because I have little children, 1 year old. And at first, when we go, we meet like a big car with Russian soldiers, and they shoot our car. Oh. It's really. And they say to me, that they give me 10 minutes to return. No, in my town, return, and they say free, but not in this area. And we try to do this 5 times. In 6 times we do this, but it was with special man who explain us secret road. And then we go to Odessa. 2 weeks I live in Odessa, and then I meet some man. He work with this organization, and Steve, maybe Steve. Maybe somebody know him, and he helped me to come here with my children. He put me with my children, with my bag, and we come here in this place. I come at night. I don't see that what is it, because it was very long road. And then we come here. When I come in last year in April. In this center live 40 women with children, and we live many people in one room. But we try to connect.
Yeah, that's good.
And I very in beginning it was very difficult to find some connect with women, with children, but now it's okay. Very thankful to this organization, to Justin, to Claudio, Sergio, Eric, you that you help us with food, with medicine, with our problem with our children, and we have a chance to go and find some work, and we live and we feel safe. We don't hear some shoot, and we can sleep, and it's very good for us.
Yeah. So back in Ukraine, you had a normal life, right?
I don't know about this, because my town now it's terrible area, and it's shoot every day. I cannot. Maybe I want to return to my husband, to my parents, but I cannot, because it's not good for my children. Yeah. And I try to live here like a simple life, work, children.
So how does that just make you feel inside? Like upset that you're not able to be at home, scared?
I was upset only in beginning. Okay. Now, no, it's okay for me, because maybe I many time here, and my husband have a chance to come to us 2 times, and my parents soon want to come. And no, I'm not upset, because I have friends here, I have job here now, I have you, and no, I'm not upset.
I see lots of artwork from children here. It's just awesome that children, one of the ways they're able to express themselves is through art. Your children, do they like art no matter where they're at, whether they're in Ukraine, whether they're here?
My first daughter, she 10 years old, but she like here. She like here, because we 3 months go in Romania school. Now she learn online, because I work. Okay. And she sit with little baby, she don't understand. She thinks that it is her home, because she come here when she was 1 year old. Now she 2 years old, and she don't remember her home. Okay. But no, it's okay for see children, friends.
So it's just important as a human being, right? To be with family and friends and safety.
And they have, we live in modern time, and they have telephone, FaceTime, father FaceTime every day, and it's okay.
So you are able to connect with your husband, and that's helpful. So I know some people, they're not able to, depending on where they're at in the country, where they're at in the military. Maybe. So the fact you're able to, that probably makes things a little bit easier to familiarity.
Maybe, but I don't know. It's for me, no? Exactly. Maybe for some woman, no, I don't know. It's own opinion of every woman.
What do you want to share with the audience just about Ukraine, about yourself, to just share about you and your fellow people that maybe could be misperceived or not understood about a different culture?
You mean about about life better here or here?
Just in general, because what I found when I was in Kyiv, where people were very, very nice, very open, even as an American.
Now I say you one thing. When war begin, all people show their face. They very change.
Yes, yeah.
There was one people when war begin. It's many people. Another talk, another discussion, and another. I don't say exactly about all. I can say only about me.
Yes. Yeah.
But if we want to say where is better, Ukraine or here, for now, for me here, you know, because here I have more work. I can take some money because I work in government, but we have very little. You work all months, but you have little money. And if you have children, you know you must work.
What type of food do you like that might be that you may like? You like to cook? Do you like to eat? Because the different parts of the world, different people, they like in America.
You mean
we
food?
we like pizza and different things. So
you know, my children like pizza, McDonald's, and for me.
Yeah.
I can, if it's only I can, some biscuit, tea, it's okay for me. Some yogurt, not very, I eat all. And if we have time, we have good woman, Tanya, and another who prepare food. And the Ukrainian food, it's okay for us. And I don't have this or this. I eat all. Children, yes, they can say this no, because I want only this, but the children, it's okay. But for us, we happy what you bring, it's dependent how you prepare. If you prepare it's good, it will be okay.
And that's all that matters, right? That's good. Great. Well, thank you for your time, joining us and sharing your voice, your children's, your husband's. And we just are glad to be able to share with the world your story and how life is and how it was and how we hope to get back.
Thank you that you come, you have time for us, you have care, and we very thank you all. Maybe I say for all women that it's very big job you do. You have 2 centers. This, many women, many children. They all something want, and thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye.
Julia. Yep.
Bye.
Wow, if that wasn't powerful and emotional, I don't know what is. If the pleas and the just again wanting to go home and not worry about soldiers stopping you on the street or coming to your house and forcing you to do things you don't want to do. These 2 moms, they're very brave to be able to want to share their voice with you in the world. So I want to thank Tatiana. I want to thank Julia, and a big thank you goes to the Life for Ukraine NGO that us, Voices for Voices, were able to link up with, who are providing these services on a day-to-day basis. We were able to, again, provide groceries for both of the centers for a period of time while we were on our visit in Constanta, Romania. And as you'll see on a future episode, you'll see the real power players behind Life for Ukraine and how Life for Ukraine got started. So we'll be airing that episode with Alex and Claudio. You'll see that coming very, very in the near future. So keep your eyes out. Share this with as many people as you can. Repost, comment, and again, if you're able to provide assistance in any way, shape, or form, or know somebody that is in a place of power that is able to, like Tatiana said, she just wants to go home. So for this episode of the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast, I am your host, Justin Allen Hayes, founder and executive director of Voices for Voices. And we hope you have a great day, and please be a voice for you or somebody in need.